everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today we are tackling this side of the fence. Now we have a ton of self-sown castor beans here from years past. We're going to do a lot of editing with that, and then we're going to get it reseeded and mulched so that it's done for the summer season. So stay tuned to watch our progress. All right, as you can see, we got 3 wheelbarrows full of stuff, really cleaned it up, and now we're gonna get to be pretty creative with some seeds, and then get it mulched, and then really this bed will be finished. Yes. Okay, now that the bed is cleaned up, Savannah is just raking it so that when we direct seed, all the seeds will have good contact with soil, and then the final step will just be to getting it mulched. And finally, the last bed on the property will be done for the season. Now we have a ton of seeds. This happens every year when I get to the last bed and I realize I still have so much that I wanted to grow. And we're gonna cram a lot in here. And just like the other big bed that we did last week, just gonna let it be like survival of the fittest. Because we're so late, we're already now in the 3rd week of July. Not every plant is going to do as well as it would have done had it been planted in May or early June. So we can use this as a learning lesson, and you know, maybe next year we'll actually get this bed planted earlier. Hope springs eternal when you're gardening, right? All right, the first plant I want to sow is sorghum, and I have 3 different varieties of sorghum. We have sugar drip, which is the kind that grows really tall. It does set seeds that birds love to eat, but it's the cane sorghums. This is the type that you would actually crush the canes to be able to make sugar from, or basically make like a molasses out of. We've got Texas black broom corn and then rainbow broom corn. And I grow these primarily for bird feed and to cut the seed heads off and use in fall arrangements. It's a really beautiful dried element. So we're gonna do these by digging small holes, dropping the seeds in. We're gonna do the same thing with a wide assortment of sunflowers. Sunflowers, we've got incredible evening sun mixed colors and my favorite, mammoth. So we're basically going to treat both the sorghum and the sunflowers as like back of the bed elements because they are going to get the tallest, and then in the front is where we'll direct seed things like okra and sesame and marigolds and zinnias, and well, we have a whole bunch of other seeds, but we'll get started with these first. So you might be wondering, what distinguishes a seed that gets a small hole dug and kind of direct seeded intentionally that way versus just scattering on the surface? And really, it's all about the seed size and ultimately how the plant grows out. So the larger the seed, logically, the larger the plant will be, the more space it needs. So it's better to be planted intentionally with space versus things that are small seeded, things like zinnias, marigolds. I've got some celosia. We have some dianthus. We have black seeded sesame and okra. Now, okra is what Savannah's planting right now, and that seed is significantly larger, which is why she's digging a hole and spacing it out. All the rest of this stuff has really tiny seeds, and that's what we're just going to surface sow. Then we will rake it in and then mulch right on top and allow everything just to grow right up through that light layer of triple shred hardwood. So our final step, now that it's all mulched and seeded, we're putting in this low cattle fence panel. And I know, and people said this last year, that won't do anything, but it's actually shocking how much it does help. It helps deter rabbits and groundhogs and even deer to some extent. We're putting it in the bed deep enough so that we can come with a mower along and not have to worry about hitting it. And of course, we kept some of the castor beans right along this edge to help prevent the deer from munching on the zinnias. We've also kept some castor beans towards the back, and then we planted lots of sorghum and sunflowers, okra, zinnias, marigolds, sesame, celosia. I think that's everything. Might be another surprise or two in there.
Oh, I think you got it all.
So you can see these panels are just the large panels from Tractor Supply. We've just cut them down to be 2 squares deep, 2 squares tall. And again, you can watch the videos from last year and everybody was like, that won't work. And I have proof, like the animals did not eat what's inside the bed. They ate what was right along the edge. So these really do work. They might not be 100% foolproof, but it's something. And at this stage, that's really all that matters. Well, are you hot enough?
Whew, not quite, I don't know.
It's really hot. I'm clearly still suffering from COVID. I'm gonna go inside now. But I do look forward to giving you updates from this bed as everything starts to grow in the coming weeks during our weekly garden tours.
Please like and subscribe to see more updates of this garden and the rest of Bree's awesome plants.
And as always, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Stay safe, stay cool, happy gardening.